29th. I'm going to share my screen. So, in the last lecture, we have done national identity. Okay. So, total consumption in the national income identity in open economy we have discussed. Total consumption is equal to consumption or domestic goods, D for domestic, F for foreign. Consumption for foreign goods. Total investment is equal to investment purchasing new machinery by domestic investors in the domestic country. Similarly, investment in the domestic country by the foreign investors. Capital G. Capital G is equal to GD plus GF. GD is the public spending by domestic governments. GF means public spending in the domestic country by the foreign government. Now, net export. What is the net export? Exports is the foreign spending on domestic goods. Foreign spendings on domestic goods. Then imports. Add all these things. GF plus IF plus GF. GF, IF plus GF. These are imports. Spending on foreign goods. Spending on goods and services produced by foreign countries. IF means purchasing new machineries by foreign countries. GF means public expenditures, spending on public goods by foreign government in the domestic country. GF. सभी को बड़ा ऐड करने CF, IF plus GF. These are imports. Now net exports. Export minus import. This is net exports. Getting the point? Net exports. Now, with this explanation, we move towards national income identity, goods market equilibrium in open economy. Why is total output produced within the country? CD, total consumption by total consumption on domestic goods. Investment ID is the spending to purchase domestic machinery. Government expenditures mean expenditures on public goods by the domestic governments plus exports. Okay, beta, CDID plus GD plus exports. These are expenditures. These are expenditures. Getting the point? These are the expenditures on domestically produced goods. जो कुछ domestically produced हुआ है बेटा, उन पर जो spending है वो क्या है? CDID. Expenditures on domestically produced goods. Now, CD is equal to लास्ट हमने किया था लास्ट स्लाइड में C is equal to CD plus C is equal to CD plus CF. Now CD equal to C minus CF. ID is equal to total investment minus IF. GD is equal to G minus CF. Getting the point? Here I can go back for you. CD C minus CF. CD is equal to this better switch. CD is spending on domestic goods. Investment on domestic goods, domestic capital. Government expenditures on domestic public goods. Getting? Now CD is equal to C minus CF. ID is equal to I minus IF. GD is equal to G minus GF. Getting the point? GD, ID, how to calculate? CF, IF, GF को आप left side. Then you calculated CD, ID, GD. Now going next. CD is equal to C minus CF. ID is equal to I minus IF. GD is equal to G minus GF. Now, we add plus items, we separate plus variables and from negative variables. C plus I plus G plus export. Wait one. Okay. So C plus I plus G plus export minus items minus CF minus IF minus GF. माइनस को हमने क्या कॉमन ले लिया, बकिया वेरिएबल करेक्ट. These are imports. CF, IF plus GF. That is CF is the domestic consumption expenditure on foreign. IF means investment in the domestic countries from foreign investment. GF means public expenditures on public goods from foreign governments. जितने भी sources है सारे foreign से आ रहे हैं. That is export minus import, net export. So this is the goods market identity. C plus I plus D plus net export. export. Net export shows the economy is open because this economy is involved in international trade. So this economy involves international trade. Now, come on here. Y is equal to C plus I plus D plus net export. Now, Y से आप C plus I plus G निकाल दें. Y minus D minus I plus minus G. These three items you subtract from Y. But a C plus I plus G, total consumption, total investment, total government expenditure by the country minus output, जो country से output produce हुई है, आप उससे निकाल देंगे. The remaining thing is net export. So net export equal to Y minus I minus G. Okay. So if this is Y is the domestic output, this is C plus I plus G is the domestic spending, NX is the net export. If output is greater than C plus I plus G, then net exports are positive. We are exporting. जब आउटपुट स्पेंडिंग से बढ़ जाएंगी तो हम क्या करेंगे, नेट एक्सपोर्ट क्या हो जाएंगी, पॉजिटिव हो जाएंगी. बड़ा सीधी सी बात है, जब वाई बड़ा होगा नेगेटिव पार्ट से, स्पेंडिंग से बड़ा होगा, देन नेट एक्सपोर्ट क्या होंगी आपकी, पॉजिटिव. इसको बोलेंगे ट्रेड सरप्लस. If this output, it means total output produced by the country is greater than the domestic spending, then net export is positive trade surplus. Extra output will be exported towards the world. If output is less than C plus I plus G, then it means that output कम है, spending ज़्यादा है. So extra spending will be compensated by import. Net exports will be negative. We call it trade deficit. We call it trade deficit. When both are equal, if output is equal to spending, then net export zero. Trade is in balance. We say trade balance. But जब आउटपुट स्पेंडिंग से ज्यादा होगी, then एक्स्ट्रा आउटपुट क्या होगी, एक्सपोर्ट बाहर भेज जाएगी. एक्सपोर्ट माइनस इंपोर्ट, जब एक्सपोर्ट बढ़ जाएंगी then नेट एक्सपोर्ट आपकी क्या होगी, that is. If output is less than total spending, then extra spending, जो आप ज्यादा स्पेंडिंग कर रहे हैं वो आप कहाँ से फुलफिल करेंगे, इंपोर्ट से करेंगे. जब इंपोर्ट से करेंगे, एक्सपोर्ट माइनस इंपोर्ट, इंपोर्ट बढ़ने का इम्पैक्ट क्या होगा, नेट एक्सपोर्ट आपकी कम हो जाएंगी. दैट इज if both are equal, then net export zero. It means export import आपकी बराबर है, या आप क्या कर रहे हैं, नेट एक्सपोर्ट आपकी जीरो है, एक्सपोर्ट इंपोर्ट जीरो है. तो we say trade balance trade. So this slide explains the same thing which we discussed. Okay. Net export is the export minus import. That is equal to Y minus spending, output minus spending. When output is greater than spending, output is greater than spending, then exports are greater than imports, and net export will be surplus when exports are greater than. जब exports imports से ज़्यादा हो जाएंगी, net export क्या होगा? Surplus. This surplus. If spendings are greater than outputs, if the spendings are greater than the output, then your many spending आप imports करेंगे, then imports will be greater than exports. When imports are greater than imports, then net export negative. Net export means trade deficit. If both are equal, if output is equal to spending, then export is spending. Import, net export is zero. This is the trade balance we have done. Now we see that net export is over here with the net export with the dark brown color, and net export as a percentage of GDP with the blue color for US economy. From the period 1952 to 2009, 2006, sorry. Here you see that net exports are falling. नजर आ रहा है बेटा, net export क्या हो रही है? fall कर रही है. Falling net export shows great deficit in US. Similarly, net export of percentage of GDP also falling. जब बेटा net export fall कर देंगे, trade deficit है, then net export as a percentage of GDP also fall. That here or is the time period is on horizontal axis, and net export is on vertical axis in $1 billion. $1 billion net export fall. Simple historical paper. The first identity we have done. The second identity, saving equal to investment. You know, saving equal to investment. That is another identity in the financial markets. So, net capital outflow as net export. Similarly, net capital outflow is equal to saving minus investment. Saving minus investment, that is net capital outflow. Net capital outflow. Net outflow of loanable funds. Okay. Okay. Wait 1 minute. Wait for 1 minute. So, net capital outflow. Saving minus investment. So, when we save domestic residents save not only in the country but also outside the country. Okay. Okay. Similarly, I is the investment within the country, that is equal to ID plus IF. Not only investment by the domestic residents, but also by the foreign investors. So, saving minus investment is the net outflow of loanable fund. अगर जैन सेव करता है मनी, घर में सेव नहीं करता, बेटा सेविंग टैक्स में, अगर सेविंग ज्यादा है, आउटफ्लो ज्यादा है, आउटफ्लो क्या है आपका, सेविंग अगर आपकी ज्यादा है, जो बैंक में आप बढ़ा रहे हैं, तो बैंक को आप लोन दे रहे हैं, बैंक पे सेव कर रहे हैं, सेविंग इज ग्रेटर देन investment, that we will discuss later. So saving minus investment is also called net capital outflow. We also call it net outflow of loanable fund. Saving is the supply of loanable fund. I is the demand of loanable fund. When Zan has enough saving, so Zan क्या करता है, loanable fund की supply करता है. अगर जैन के पास फंड्स नहीं है, जैन क्या करता है, लोनेबल फंड्स की डिमांड करता है. तो आई इज द डिमांड ऑफ लोनेबल फंड्स, एस इज द सप्लाई ऑफ लोनेबल फंड्स. सेविंग्स आर सप्लाई ऑफ लोनेबल फंड्स, आई इज द डिमांड ऑफ लोनेबल फंड्स. इस सेविंग्स ग्रेटर देन saving minus investment is the net outflow of loanable funds. This one we say net purchases of foreign reserves. Net purchases of foreign reserves. The country purchases of foreign reserves. S means S minus I also we say net purchases of foreign reserves by the domestic investors. Net purchases of foreign assets by the domestic residents minus foreign purchases of domestic assets. If saving greater than investment, it means supply of loanable funds greater than the demand of loanable funds. Then supply ज्यादा, demand कम है, then the country is a lender, net lender. हम क्या होंगे बेटा, lender होंगे, उधार देने वाले होंगे, लेने वाले नहीं होंगे. तो हम supply ज्यादा है. If supply is less than I, then country is net borrower, because अब हम demand करने वाले हैं. और यहाँ पे आई से मराद जस्ट वही डिमांड ऑफ लोन फंड्स नहीं है जो हम कंट्री बैंक से करते हैं, बल्कि जो हम फॉरेन बैंक से भी करते हैं. Okay, because we are discussing international capital. If supply of loanable funds greater than demand of loanable funds, then we are lender. हम lender से ज़्यादा है. If supply of loanable funds is less than the demand of loanable funds, which means that demand of loanable funds greater than the supply of loanable funds. Now the country is borrow करने वाला है, lender नहीं है. Getting the point? So this here we stop. We will continue from here, and we will explain further net capital outflow in the scenario of open economy. So if you have any question, you can ask now. Now I'm going